Good afternoon, CFM. This is Coach Matt with our Thursday workout of deload week. It is day number 4. We're going to start today with 12 shuttle runs. We're only going to do that one time, and then we'll get 2 rounds through this little complex, do some walking toe touches with both hands up. The foot that's on the ground, I'll try to keep that heel flat, right? And the hands that are up, the purpose of having the hands up is so that I am not crunching my body down. All of those things accommodate tight hamstrings or reduce the amount of stretch that the hamstrings get. So even if you can only get to like right here, right? Try to stretch your hamstrings and keep that heel down, hands up when you do it. Then we're gonna do a little slow toe touch to overhead reach. This is a smoother, more gentle stretch, but we're trying to encourage natural motion of the spine and the vertebrae when we do it, but at a very, very light, gentle level. Next, we're gonna do some medicine ball front squats. So grab your medicine ball, grab the wall ball that you're gonna use for wall balls later if you're gonna do it. And then we're just doing 8 front squats with a stretch at the bottom. So hold that ball, hug it to your body, right? Use it to help encourage like bracing of those muscles. So I'm kind of pulling the ball against my abs and pushing my abs against the ball at the same time. And then some frog hops. So frog hops can be at your discretion of how high you get, but touch the ground with your fingertips and then jump. If you can pull your knees up and then land softly, that's great too, but go for 4 reps. That'll get your heart rate up. You guys will be feeling good going into this workout. The next part is a specific warm-up that's going to be with the barbell. So since the first portion of the workout is a 20-minute barbell segment, and I'll say barbell, but it can also be done with a pair of dumbbells. And for many of us that deal with shoulder impingement or any other issue that like a wrist or a hand thing, a pair of dumbbells can oftentimes feel better and give us the exact same movement stimulus as a barbell, and it just doesn't crank your wrist or force a specific hand position, which can in turn lead to a specific shoulder position, wrist position, hand position that can hurt, okay? So feel free to use a pair of dumbbells when we do this, even in the warm-up. But in the warm-up, we're taking 3 to 4 minutes of what I call freestyle, which is moving through all the different positions, practicing the clean, slow, practicing some strict presses, and then getting a little bit more snappy, practicing the transitions between strict presses, and push jerks, practicing the transition between a muscle clean and a power clean, right? So we're playing with different tempos and different speeds, but using the bar to help us to mobilize those positions when we do it. All right, so 3 to 4 minutes of that, and then we'll start a 20-minute clock to give you a boundary on this session. And what we're looking for is 5 good reps through this barbell complex, but not only 5 reps, right? So that means when we do it, I would expect you to do probably 10 cycles through this sequence, right? Because it's not a lot of reps, but I want you to have a significant number of lead ups before you do anything that has some real weight to it. And then if you want to do all 5 reps at the same weight, have at it, right? If you want to go and build up and start lighter and work your way up to something heavier at the end, that is fine too, but make sure you do several rounds of intro where you're practicing the movements, you're building up in weight, you're not just throwing all of the weight on there for the first set, okay? So maybe I'd call that like 3 to 5 unloaded or 3 to 5 moderate load, and then 5 that are quote unquote scored if you're gonna score it, all right? But the movement is, or the complex is 2 reps of a deadlift. So 1 deadlift, 2 deadlifts, back to the ground, power clean, to the knees, hang power clean, from the shoulders to overhead, jerk, back to the shoulders, back to the knees, and finish with 1 more hang power clean, okay? That is the sequence. When we do it with the barbell, with the lightweight, with the moderate weight, and then we'll start scoring it when we get to something relatively heavier. Don't even worry about percentages on this, right? I would say just start with the empty barbell and then incrementally add your way up. Those of you who lift heavier on the cleans and jerks, you will know what your top end should be on this, right? And so those of you who aren't as familiar with it, I want you to start off with a very lightweight and have very small incremental changes as you go up, okay? And that is the main focus for our workout today. There is some extra credit, and it is exactly that. If you want to do it, do it. If not, be done after the barbell stuff, okay? But the extra credit is a 9-minute, every minute on the minute workout where you are practicing some double unders and then resting, or you could just do regular jump ropes if you want to do regular jump ropes. but this the sequence or the workout is built for you to practice your double unders. So let's say you're a person who wants to get better at double unders. Here is an opportunity where I'm writing it down and I'm saying practice double unders for 30 seconds. So this is your time, whether you want to do some drills like the penguin taps, or practice like putting a band around your elbows, right, and working on keeping your elbows tighter to your body, or just practicing reps. Maybe you do like 2 sets of 10 in 30 seconds. That would be a great one to do too. Another one that we like to see is when you go from double, single, double, single, double to practicing double, double, or double, 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 right? Try to break that rhythm of double, single. Next one is wall ball shots. So this is just gonna be 30 seconds unbroken, right? So whatever you do, whether you're doing it slow or fast, you're going squat to throw, and generally this is about a 2-second exercise. So give yourself a target of say 13 to 17 reps. That's a good amount, and it's a good amount to practice doing unbroken, right? So getting comfortable with larger sets without stopping is a really good thing to do, and that requires some breath control, timing your breathing, and just being comfortable continuing to do reps even when your muscles start to get fatigued. And the last one is burpee cycling practice. So 6 to 8 reps with consistent technique. A lot of times when we do burpees, I would say the purpose of this specific block is to standardize your burpee technique. So I know my feet are always gonna be this wide. I know my hand position is gonna be here. I know I'm gonna touch my knees just slightly before my chest when I go fast, right? And I'm doing those burpees just like that. 6 to 8 reps in 30 seconds is a moderate pace. It's not the fastest you can go, but it's also not sloppy and haphazard, right? It is practiced and intentional in terms of the technique and how many reps you're going to do in that amount of time. All right, so that's the goal for this little extra credit segment. And again, if you like it, do it. If not, that's all it is extra credit. All right, have a great one. I'll see you guys on Friday.